Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome back to Let's Play RE Village, Shadows of Rose. This is episode 5. Last time we had a pretty neat little section where we were essentially playing with Eveline in the Benevento house, or an area based off of it. But she didn't have the crystal either, and we ended up going even deeper. We also confirmed that the spirit, or whatever he is now, was, in fact, Ethan. Also, what is that? There's a giant tentacle coming from the sky, and there appears to be a big orb or something, with all of that void coming out of it. There's definitely some weirdness going on here, but yeah, I enjoyed Eveline's chapter there, and I'm wondering who we're going to be dealing with here. Because I kind of feel like if this is based off the village, we're likely going to be going back to the ritual site, where, you know, Ethan faced off against Mother Miranda. And I would think that Mother Miranda is in here too. I mean, all the lords should be in here because they all died around the village. No?
What's all this doing out here?
There's the three-eyed symbol again. I'm guessing that Ethan is not gone, though. He might have been delayed by Eveline. But I have a feeling he'll still pop up before the end, and Rose will get a little closure with him. The dad that never was. Alright, so we're back to our regular inventory. And we are pretty low on shotgun. By which I mean we have no shotgun, because we used it all in that boss fight. Okay, we have multiple weird sky orbs down here.
Where the hell am I? What is this place?
Alright, this seems to be the village after Chris's section, because I think that over there is where we blew our way into the underground. And it looks like a lot of the village is washed away by the void flood.
What is that? I can sense something from over there.
But there's like a really big one above us, or maybe that's just a really close one. Like there's also one just pouring onto the castle. So we didn't see any of this from the castle, but that's because obviously that was a different layer of this place. So that's not the same castle. I mean, as far as it goes for them reusing areas, I think they've done alright with changing them up, and it's not just literally the exact same area. Though all of the little details, like this stuff, is all the same, you know? They weren't going to change that. Hey, look, another rose. Are we going to...
What?
Are we going to have to deal with evil Rose in here? Or... Shouldn't Mother Miranda's daughter be in here? Wasn't the whole point of the main plot of the original game was to put the memory of Miranda's daughter into Rose's body? Use her as a vessel?
They're all just like in the castle.
And they all are missing their faces, which means there's going to be more face suckers here. Oh look, there's the statue from the castle. So is everything like falling through from the upper layers? Okay. We have more face suckers, but now they look more like the werewolf villagers. Alright, and we have quite a few of them here. So I think we are meant to just fight these guys, because there's no way to get past this group of them. God, it is really hard to finish them off before they get close. Because they have all the same, like, movement as the villagers.
I'm even stronger.
The deeper we get, the more powerful we become. Which is kind of contrary to Rose's purposes. I'm running out of places to back up. Are you dead? Yeah, I think I just killed him now. Oh, maybe not. He's still moving. Definitely did some damage, though. Yeah, this is pretty much the version of the village where Chris had to fight through it when it was all on fire. Except now there's also goop. Gotta keep an eye out for ammo and crafting supplies, though, because I really do need to replace it.
They're coming from in there.
Is this where all of the roses that fall into the void end up? They just get spat out down here? I mean, the pseudo-duke, we got that note that said that he got the void from someone else. Like it was given to him by something more powerful, which is presumably whatever's in charge down here. At least we have a lot of room to back up here. Also, there's some ammo. And I might as well use that sage. There doesn't seem to be really a reason to hold on to it. I think that was a full restore, though, so I probably should have used my last charge. Shotgun ammo. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not Rose's laugh.
Time for this!
Well, if it's going by Inception rules, then time moves even slower down here, right? Because we're multiple layers deep. I definitely never want to have to use this pistol again. Because, oh my god, is it so painful with no upgrades. Like, again, I've used it in Mercenaries pretty effectively because you can dump upgrades into it. But here, it is the worst version of the worst pistol in the game. Okay, more Sprig. More ammo. I like the visual on whatever that thing is. It definitely looks evil, and it kind of looks like, you know, the roots that were in the Village of Shadows storybook. The ones that supposedly consumed the village. It's still funny to me, though, that, you know, that was Mother Miranda disguised as Mia, telling a story that was basically, and then I got fucking killed. Because the story ends with the representations of the lords and her getting defeated. Assuming that the ending cutscene we got is the same as in the book. Which, again, did she make that book herself? It was a cute kind of storytelling device, and very surprising to have that kind of animation, but, like, the implication is that she created this book about herself and her minions just so she could, like, foreshadow to Rose and, I guess, Ethan. And then claim it was a local legend. I feel like we must be pretty close to the end, though, because my previous episodes were fairly long, and I think this is around 5 hours, people were saying. Alright, get rid of that. I guess we're gonna go visit the baby room. The giant baby room.
I need to find that crystal.
I mean, the fact that we're trying to get this crystal from inside of this memory space implies that it's not actually a physical thing. It is maybe like a representation of disconnecting from the network. Like, it'll basically seal off of her powers so she can't use them without actually, physically removing the mushroom powers. Alright, now we have a giant heart. Doesn't really look like a baby anymore.
Is this where those copies of me came from?
It shits out more little roses, and then those roses go up to the top layer to get killed. Wow, there's a lot of them down here. Alright, what kind of dream lore is going to explain this thing?
Someone's been here.
The Megamycete absorbs the memories of all life within reach, but there are laws which govern this world within it. It seems worthwhile to catalog them as they become apparent. The memories that comprise this realm do not strictly reflect reality. Only those who are attuned to the Megamycete in life retain control of their faculties here in this realm. So it doesn't just absorb infected, it also absorbs anyone who dies near it, I guess. This aligns with my understanding of the Megamycete as revealed to me in its visions before my death. Yes, my death. So is this Mother Miranda then? She continued to study it after she died? My physical body is gone, absorbed into the Megamycete, and yet I do not despair, for this fate has granted me fascinating insights. All those years I strived, having continued to strive, they are not for nothing. The memories, the consciousness, understanding, and knowledge I accumulated in life have transferred here to the Megamycete, where it serves as a source of power within this realm. If I can harness this power, I believe I can use it to affect the thoughts and memories of others. Of course, it's hardly a perfect arrangement. With so many minds and memories gathered here, finding and retrieving a single person from amidst this rabble has proven an immense challenge. Her memories are here, yes, but dissolute. Perhaps what is needed is the right vessel into which to hold her. And of course, I know of the perfect vessel, the only real candidate in all my years of searching. Rosemary Winters. So, is that why we've encountered Eveline as well as the fake roses? Those were all of her attempts to bring back the right person, but instead she just got the sort of copies. Because Eveline was an attempt to recreate her daughter, or a vessel for her daughter, but, she was considered not good enough. I like that this is pretty much like the lore lab at the end of the main game that Chris finds. I have been experimenting with the possibilities of manipulating and reviving the consciousnesses stored within the Megamycete. When a person dies, their consciousness is stored and preserved, but over time it becomes diffused and diluted, spread thin throughout the Megamycete and mixed with other consciousnesses and memories. Extracting and reassembling an individual who is thus diffused has proved a monumental effort. As an experiment, I decided to see what would happen if I used different individuals' consciousness to create an entity. Results. The results were fascinating. I gathered fragments, respooled the threads, and succeeded in creating an individual, birthed anew in this realm. A success, to be sure, but while his unusual physique resembled a man I once knew, he was possessed of a deeply warped psyche, and was missing a portion of his face. So would that be the Duke? And that would explain why he wears a mask? Conclusion, while manipulating memories to create a person is possible, the creations are flawed and unstable. It will not be possible to manufacture a suitable vessel in this way.
Who wrote all this?
Alright, well, they're also giving me a lot of supplies, so I'm guessing boss fight's coming up. Hopefully a better one than the last one. I had intended to duplicate Rosemary Winters with the hope that a perfect replica might serve as a suitable vessel. However, the results were less than ideal. It would seem that some sort of interference is preventing me from creating a suitable replica. Instead, I have succeeded in making what is essentially a living doll. It resembles the real thing, yes, but has no power. Such a pathetic husk could never prove suitable as a vessel. I will continue my efforts in hopes of discerning the source of this interference. Several hypotheses have come to mind thus far. The fact that Rose herself is still alive. I mean, did she just assume that she would be dead? Some other actor within this realm? A flaw in my methods of production. None of these seem especially likely to be the sole reason, nor are any of them easy problems to solve. Perhaps my best hope is to somehow bring Rose into this realm. Were she to offer herself as a vessel, it would be so simple. Additional observation. Further experiments with these Rose copies, as I've taken to calling these husks, have yielded another interesting wrinkle to pursue. When subjected to situations evoking extreme terror, they actually begin to express some semblance of Rose's abilities. This warrants more research, and I think that my first creation, the Masked Duke, is just the one to perform this stress test.
They couldn't have been watching me the entire time, could they?
Well, clearly not, because fucking they didn't even know if you were alive or not. It would seem that at some point during my experiments with consciousnesses, an intruder made herself at home in my realm. The intruder was none other than the failure, Eveline, who has been running around enacting her own pitiful agenda, which has led to a slight disruption in my own plans. Had Eveline not interfered, Rosemary Winters would have been on the verge of despair, dispossessed of her will to live and her Megamycete powers. Instead, a new passion burns within her. I shall have to extinguish it. If only her ghost father were still around for me to sacrifice in front of her. Alright. Lore dump complete. Waiting for a boss fight where she just throws copies of Rose at us. Just picks them up and chucks them.
There's that feeling again. It's so strong. It must be the crystal.
I mean, she said she's able to manipulate people's minds, so I wonder if she put the idea into Kay's head in the first place, and maybe there is no crystal at all. It was just the bait to get Rose in here. That pull I've been feeling is close, but I just can't go any further. I thought I made it when I saw that blue light, but no, not quite. If only I'd been braver, faster, stronger. So close. I was so close. Is that like the one good Rose that made it this far before dying? Like that one random Marine corpse you find in the library in Halo? Yeah, so no giant baby over here.
It's through here.
Just a weird spiky pit over there. Black God, which lives in us and in which we live, create for us a new world as befits your will. Your dark consciousness holds for us a second chance, graciously offered and joyously accepted. You drink the blood of the lost lamb as it falls upon your darkened earth, not to destroy, but to preserve, and once again deliver unto life.
This is some twisted shit.
I mean, there was, ancient ruins here of people that worshipped the Megamycete, so maybe this is some of their old scripture. They all died so that they could come here and live forever in fake consciousness, but then they all melted. They all brain melted over time.
This one's the real deal. I can feel it.
I feel like we never got a sufficient explanation of why the Megamycete or Megamycete crystallizes. Like when people die, they turn into crystal and then shatter. But we also just found crystal growing all over the place.
It's working.
And now we're gonna have to do a boss fight without our powers.
Is this what normal feels like?
You've activated my trap card. Oh yeah, there she is, just as disgusting as ever. Oh, okay, that's just her normal form.
Rose, I've waited so long for you.
I still don't understand why she has like
Who
this
are you?
vague Irish accent,
My name is Miranda.
despite being a local to this area.
You had become so powerful. Far too powerful for me to subdue directly. So, I had to lure you into this realm so that you might willingly relinquish your powers.
No, but Kay said...
Did he? Or did I? Was an illusion.
Oh, okay. First I was gonna be like, was he just never a real person? But
No way.
I imagine other people would have seen
Now
him.
you can become the vessel for my Eva!
So even fucking after killing this dumbass, she's still just after the same plan.
Ethan, you pest!
Go!
Even he can manifest. He can't save you, Rose! No one can. Rose!
Oh, okay, he's also got a shotgun.
Not from me!
I guess that's more useful than just being able to grab things. Am I gonna have to shoot or fight?
Wait, hold up. Is it really you?
I definitely did not expect there to be an actual, like, team-up like this. If only we could look at his face. You think if I pull photo mode up, it'll let me look at his face? Oh, I guess fucking photo mode you can't move, though. Rose, I can't look you in the eyes because I get really shy.
Thanks. Why didn't you tell me who you really were? Why'd you let me call you Michael?
I didn't want to complicate things. I just needed you safe.
That seems like a terrible excuse. That seems like a very Ethan excuse.
And I'm sorry I left you alone. But I had to find a way out. And I did. It's just ahead.
Rose!
I was gonna say, like, he's just standing there with a shotgun. He's just gonna walk up and shoot her in the face.
Come on.
This looks like a good arena for a boss fight, Rose.
You can't escape Rose. Ethan, persistent as always.
Rose, now's your chance. Go live a normal life. Make friends. No one will ever call you a freak again.
But
Rose, just go!
I don't want to leave you!
I know. I love you. But I need to know that you're safe. So please, just...
Ethan, you insolent pest!
I got this. Get out of here.
Ethan literally trying to just wrestle her with his hands. Don't worry, Rose. I don't have a heart to be ripped out anymore. And that didn't kill me anyway. What if we threw it at her? Would it have taken her powers away?
Don't worry, Dad. I've got this.
You think your powers will allow you to
I don't have a gun, though.
be in the heart
Oh, no, I do have a
of
gun.
Foolish.
Alright, so she probably has the same, yep,
And you were
attacks.
Like, throwing them away? I think they just
Like
might.
the swoop. Alright. Well, good thing we got all these supplies.
This is
Problem is I have to get close for her to use it.
this will also
It's exactly the same thing you said to Ethan.
There will be
Oh boy.
wailing and gnashing.
I feel like she's harder to dodge here.
Here I come.
Alright, I'm gonna try shooting her. Let's see if I have to do that first.
Don't resist. And even if you were to survive, what would be the point? You can't save the father. You are of two different worlds.
I'm like trying to sprint full speed away from that and still getting hit by it.
How about this? Your suffering is done. You are now the precious vessel that will carry my need.
I think the problem is that Ethan, by the end of the game, we had the speed upgrades from Duke's meals, and we don't have that here. So it's harder to run out of the way of her attacks.
How intent you were on my throwing them away? I think they just might.
I also can't block. I don't know when my opportunity to hit her with that is, though, because, like, she doesn't get close for long enough. Alright. Really love that attack.
Offer yourself unto me.
Like, she just backs the hell away when you try to hit her. And I have so many charges, too. Can you actually use that?
This will also.
I'm hoping to hit her during that because it's so slow. I think I have to back her against the wall.
Don't resist.
God, the range is so low on this. It's lower than when we're trying to bust those flowers.
Here I come. Your suffering is done.
Alright, I can see this is going to be just as bad as the previous boss fight.
That will carry my need.
Like, it would be fine if they made her a little slower than when you fight her in the main game, because you're slower and can't block.
How intent you were on my throwing them away?
Okay, I think she only clipped me that time.
Why suffer needs?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're supposed to be able to hit her. There's no cover here either. It's not like I can duck behind something.
And even if you were to survive, what would be the point? You can't save your father. You are of two different worlds. This will also.
You can shoot those normally, but they also come out a lot faster here.
There's nothing.
Maybe I gotta hit her when she's waiting to shoot one of those?
Here I come.
Nope, now she's gonna do the charge, which is unavoidable, apparently. See, if I don't try to do the charge, she doesn't move out of the way, but if I do, she dodges backwards.
Why do
I was hoping I could run past her to avoid that, maybe. Nope. Okay, can't block that either.
don't resist? There will
It's just another one of those fights where I'm not getting enough feedback to really know what I'm doing wrong. Because it tells me to do one thing, and that seems like the thing you're supposed to do, but then it doesn't work. Well, I'm gonna die as soon as she fires this because I can't dodge.
Why suffer needles? You will not. You will live.
Maybe I just have to chase her into a corner or something and then try to blast her, because obviously shooting her isn't doing anything. She's not getting stunned.
Your powers will allow you to stand against me in the heart of my domain. Foolish.
How intent you were on my throwing them away? I think they just might.
I will not allow this. This will also.
I think this will not all soon be over at this rate. This is gonna be just a really long episode of the same fucking boss over and over again. Which is a shame, because I was enjoying most of the rest of this DLC, but the bosses have been pretty garbage so far.
You are now
And this is probably the last boss.
vessel that will carry my. You think your powers will allow you to stand against me in the heart of my domain?
The other thing that made this manageable in the boss fight at the end of the game was that she didn't stay in flying form the whole time.
Away? I think they just might.
There's no shields.
Nope. Okay, thought I ran past that.
Why suffer needs? You cannot strike me.
I did, though. I also really wish my healing button worked, so I didn't have to do that every time.
There's nothing. This will also. Too slow.
I can't go any faster.
How about this?
I don't know how this stupid power charges up. It just kind of does it when it feels like it.
Don't resist.
Maybe I can get a tooltip game that says, like, hey, try this. Normally I would say don't give me those, but after, what, 5 deaths already? That's where I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to know something that I don't know.
Why do you?
It doesn't even, like, stagger her for a second when you shoot her.
And even if you were to sleep, what would be the point? You can't save your father. You are of two different worlds.
Wow, I actually dodged that by accident.
There will be wailing and
I don't think you can shoot those. They immediately go into firing form, whereas in the other game they kind of glow and charge up before they fire. I'm hoping like I can stagger her or something by shooting her, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And I'm gonna die again. Well, I mean, I've got 2 things I can do. I can shoot her or I can use my powers on her. Those are my only options. There's no other things to try here. And I think I can confirm that
stand against me in the heart of my
shooting her does not do anything. It doesn't stun her. It doesn't stagger her.
How intent you were on my throwing them away? I think they just might.
too slow.
Like, I held it on there the whole time and it didn't do anything. Even though it was making the sound the whole time of it charging up.
You cannot strike me. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
There was like one time where I shot her where she went out of her attack instead of finishing it.
And even if you looked, what would
Like there, that should have been enough to trigger it, but it didn't.
and save your father? You are of two different worlds.
That seems like the best attack to do your power, but you have to be like right under her and following her to do it. Nope, never mind, she still got too far away. Fuck, I need to be like right under her when she fires this. Look, you're trying to get away from me. No, stop.
Why suffer needs?
Well, if we fail again, I'm just going to look it up because I don't care to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
This is
Oh, you thought that maybe that was your opportunity to hit her? Nope. She's just going to immediately go into another attack.
this will also There's no shields.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I go so fucking slow when I sprint. In fact, I'm pressing sprint and it doesn't do anything. What the hell was that?
How about this?
What does control do?
Don't resist.
Is that like a counter? Apparently I never pressed control that whole time. Let's look at controls. Use recovery items, yeah. That's what it normally does, but that's clearly not what it does here. Wait, can we go to Shadow of Rose? Use powers. Space. Why is there a question mark ability? Dodge is E. There was a dodge the whole time? Jesus, fuck. Control is absorb. Okay, so we have three controls, or two controls here that don't make any sense. And then we have a dodge button, apparently, that the game never mentioned. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. Well, that's gonna make this fight easier. I still don't know how to hit her, though.
There will be waiting.
I'm just gonna let her kill me. Restart. I wonder if I can absorb her shot. I'm gonna try that. Okay, so I think that'll let me steal juice. That doesn't help me, though, otherwise. Why would it never, ever mention those controls to me? Like, I don't remember there being any tooltips telling you, hey, here's how you use your fucking dodge ability. Did you know you had one? What does G do? What the fuck? Why are there all these things that didn't tell me I could do?
How intent you were on my throwing them away? I think they just might.
So that's what G does. It summons a giant root.
This will also.
Yeah. What now? So this is useless.
There's no shields.
G, I don't know how many charges that takes. I think 3. Ow.
Offer yourself unto me.
Alright, well now this boss fight is doable.
This is.
So I think I have to get a full charge in order to hurt her.
Here I come. There will be action.
I won't let you do this.
What would be the point?
I like that she continues her diatribe
You are of two different worlds.
like nothing just happened.
Why do you...
Ow, too slow. I think I can do that, yeah, with one of my side buttons as well.
Why suffer need?
I mean, you know, normally I give people shit for not checking the controls, but I'm pretty sure we couldn't do that stuff from the beginning. That was stuff that we unlocked as we got those vials that it just, you know, didn't bother to tell us. So yeah, because this is a DLC that plays the same, I did not assume that there were that many new controls or completely different abilities.
It took so much to lure you, but you're incredible. Well,
I changed your mind and I put an end to your plan.
Now she is diving out of the ground like a dolphin. Alright, well, I have another sprig.
come! Be by my side!
That dodge would have made fighting those fucking faceless so much easier.
How many vessels? No, have the power to regenerate. That is why it must be. You are the only one who can bring her back. Whatever. Whatever I must do, I will see this through. Your time is
Wow, she was out of range for that. I still can't sprint any faster in this, though.
There will be wailing and gnashing. Why suffer need?
Really? The giant brute does not go far enough.
Offer yourself unto me.
E is not the best button for dodge. I kind of wish the dodge was one of the side buttons, and not this.
How intent you were on my throwing them away. I won't let you do this.
And even if you were to survive, what would be the point? You can't save your father.
Though you
are
can't
too
hold down
dead.
that absorb, that's why I kept getting hit, because I was doing it too early. She only does it for about a second, so you have to wait until she shoots at you.
Impossible. There's no shields.
That was the wrong button. Tried to absorb her punch. You cannot do that. But yeah, like, you maybe could have told me what the fucking absorb ability even does before throwing me into this boss fight, where I need to use it. Because I don't think that would have worked on any other enemy before this.
How about this?
How about this?
Let's start this.
It took so much to lure you, but you're
What?
incredible.
Charged away from me.
I changed your mind and I put an end to your plan!
You will fall!
I mean, I can just keep doing this. Even Wesker couldn't do this that quickly.
Within the Megamycete.
Good enough, apparently. She flew into it.
That's why it must be. You are the only one who can bring her back to me. Whatever it takes, whatever I must do, I will see this through.
You can't dodge backwards, though, which is tripping me up.
Your time is at an end.
That did so much damage. She hasn't even hit me before that. Alright, I need another ball.
There's nothing.
Come on, ball. Okay, too early. Now we got the double ball.
Don't resist.
Now I have to get closer, or I'm not going to be able to hit her. Or she's going to go back to the worm form.
Here I come.
So at least she has one new attack. Okay. She actually knocked me out of my attack. So they really didn't give us much of a village section.
Such power! Do you still not see? There is no hiding.
I mean, Rose was born with the power. Mother Miranda was just infected like everybody else.
Bitch at the end of her reign!
Oh, she's doing the big shot.
Nothing changes. Your suffering will never end.
Fucking sprinkler. Alright, and I have one last little one.
Just bones wait. You really are. That stubborn life that shines inside you makes you the perfect vessel.
I'm gonna have to go back to using the pistol if I run out here, and she doesn't fucking die.
Why do you?
Oh, handgun ammo. Cool.
This will also.
I'm mashing E right now. If one of those hits you, they all hit you.
What is this?
I don't suppose there's any healing items around the edge of this arena.
Let's see this power.
Because I could really use one more heal.
Why suffer needs?
At least I can still dodge when I'm super slow. no.
There's no victory.
Okay, so is this the same thing as the end of the fight with Ethan, where she knocks you down? Guaranteed.
No, Rose! Over here!
Dad!
Use this! Take her down!
He's gonna give me like a magnum made out of light.
Oh, I will.
Return and yield your strength to me!
I like that we're just beating her up with the roots.
So much power! You truly would have been the perfect vessel for my Eva!
Oh, she's done for.
I'm not a goddamn vessel. Not some stupid copy. I'm me, Rose. And you're done.
Hey, sweetie.
A little help.
Oh my god!
I think I'm like mind dying.
You're so grown up now. And even though I wasn't there with you, I've always watched over you. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you.
All you've ever done is protect me.
No. Not this time. You lost your chance. I'm so sorry.
No. It was my choice. And I don't regret it one bit. If I had left you, then we never would have had this chance to talk face to face.
Or the void that you have in place of a face.
So it's okay. I'm okay.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you. I love you, Rose.
I love you too, Dad.
What do you think Ethan was up to for the 15 years before that, while he was in the Mind Land?
I'm
Kay,
back.
how long have I been gone? Well, I guess Kay wasn't even there. She just
I'm back.
walked into this building by herself. Wait a minute. How does this make sense? Did I make this with my mushroom powers?
Dad.
But they did also just have a chunk of the Megamycete sitting in a jar out in the open. Man, this book makes so much more sense to me now that I know my own backstory. Back on the bus. The anniversary of,
Do you think the little boy will be able to touch the moon?
Ethan's... What?
He can touch the moon.
What?
It's too far away.
Wait, what if he has a rocket ship?
Okay, then he can touch it, but it'd be very, very cool.
But this already happened. I assume this happened before the DLC.
Silly. I don't think that.
It would be really weird if those were actually just, like, the same people, and this is a year later.
Hey, Dad. Happy birthday. Sorry I missed last week. I have a lot of tests coming up. You know how it is.
No, this is just the same cutscene, I think.
Talk of the goddamn devil. Duty calls. I love you.
But also she has the ring, so I'm a little confused. I guess maybe this gives context.
Yeah,
Like,
I found her.
she tried to get rid of her powers, it didn't work
Where
out, so
else?
now she's using her
Day
powers,
of all days.
helping out with Chris's
We have a
thing.
situation. You're needed, Eveline.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Whoa, it's just a joke, Rose.
But it was like a really snarky
I
joke.
can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
You don't want to meet the big tentacle.
Stand down. I can handle it. She's just a kid.
Way to keep it together, Rose.
You're a lot like him, you know?
I know.
That's still a really weird line from this random guy. So yeah, I guess that is just context. A little more context for this cutscene. Is it going to show the mysterious figure that people were like, oh, that's Ethan's model? You know, the one that they're pulling up to right now? I mean, I assume it's either Chris or it's just that sniper who was like, I got a clear shot. And they just didn't have a new model, so they just used Ethan's. Alright, well, that is Shadows of Rose. It was different. You know, it didn't play exactly like the main game, and that is to its benefit. And I think they did make good use out of their reused assets, but that's really fucked up that it doesn't tell you when you get new powers. It doesn't say like, hey, press E to dodge. So I went through that whole thing, no idea at what point I unlocked each power. The absorb one seems like it would have never been useful except for in that boss fight, and I'm guessing I didn't have the tentacle before that boss fight either. So really is only the dodge. So, I guess thank you for joining me for Shadows of Rose, and that will be seemingly the end of the Winter's story. Rose got a little bit of closure with her dad. No idea what happened to Mia. They just vaguely mentioned that she's been gone for a while. I don't think she's dead, though. So, who is Rose even living with at this point? But yeah, I enjoyed that for what it was. It definitely felt like a DLC where they probably didn't have it planned out initially. They didn't have it laid out. And then they're like, okay, how can we do a thing with Rose that fits in with the original ending of the game? And I would say that we didn't really accomplish anything because she didn't get rid of her powers, but she did meet her dad. So I guess that was really the benefit of that. And it was funny to have Eveline come back as a villain for a bit. Who's K9? Is that who K is? Is that why his name is K? Also weird to have someone just called K9 in the Hound Wolf squad, because that's a little too on the nose. Alright, did we unlock anything for that? I'm going to skip this because it's the same credits, I think, as the regular game in the same song. Hardcore, 3 hours, 12 minutes. Definitely felt longer than that. A bunch of challenges for more unlocks. I don't think there is anything else you can unlock for Shadows of Rose, but there might be. There might be like outfits or whatever. Can I scroll down faster? Yeah, nothing new in here. No new concept art or anything. Alright, well, we're pretty much done with that. However, there is still the mercenary stuff. I have another episode, like I said, that I recorded probably like a year ago. Maybe less than that. But I did record that before this had even been properly announced. Beyond just them saying, hey, there's a DLC coming at some point. But it looks like for this, I have to go through the regular levels, which go up to here, and then from there... Actually, I think when I go to the rewards here, you can see that right now... Oh, actually, you can't see that here, but right now we can play as Chris or Ethan. In the normal mercenaries, you only had Ethan. So Chris is unlocked right away. And then if you get an A rank or above in all stages, you unlock one of the other two, either Dimitrescu or Heisenberg. And then if you get S rank in the Bloody River, which is one of the new missions, you unlock the other one. I'm going to guess it's probably Heisenberg and then Dimitrescu. She's probably the stronger of the two. The kind of Krauser equivalent, overpowered mercenaries character. But yeah, we pretty much just have to play this to unlock the new stuff. It doesn't give it to you from the beginning. So it's different than how they did it in RE5, where they split it into a second mercenaries mode with the new characters, new level remixes. But yeah, the new levels are, I think, just remixes of the old ones. So, until that bonus stuff, you folks all take care. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed, even if I probably struggled and frustrated people by not knowing there was a dodge, but how was I supposed to know? There's literally a fucking control that is just question marks. Alright, see you around, folks.